Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Athallazhafran Tominuku Kendraya, a student at IDN boarding school, specifically in the 9th grade and the final semester of this boarding school. All of you can call me Zafran. And today I would like to presentate about a specific project that we made not only for this graduation, but also for our future. It is portfolio. My portfolio will be covering my projects from 2022 until 2025 and also telling about my achievement and experiences. Now let us start with my portfolio. So first, this is the table of content, which is intro, CV, or curriculum vitae, games, website, IoT, multimedia, Android, English, Dinia, achievement, experience, and closing. Now we go first for the introduction. So in the introduction page, it only mostly talks about me, like my overall status and others, my contact, where I live, and yeah, that's it. My number as well. Second is my curriculum vitae. So my CV, it talks about my education, like first, my TK, SD, SMP. My kindergarten is in Janatul Firdaus. My elementary school is in Al-Alaq Elementary School. And my junior high school is in IDN boarding school. And my experience is mostly about my competitions. My skills have the software skills and my projects. Now, at the end of every single page or theme, I add like one page dedicated to like some quotes. And this is the first quote. You can read yourself. And now we go to the games. So the first game that I make is Catching Fruit. Catching Fruit is a game of catching apples that come down from above with a ball if you want to win. You have to collect 10 apples in order to win. But there are also obstacles. If you catch a bug, you will decrease your point by 1. And second game is Alien Invader. Alien Invader is a game where it's like the game in the ads where we have to shoot our enemy by holding the ship. So the ship we can also select with different skins and others. Third game is Pac-Man. So Pac-Man is like, who doesn't know Pac-Man? Of course, we all know Pac-Man. Pac-Man is the famous game from the 80s, where in this game, you have to run from ghosts and eat the yellow dots. If in my case, my dots are colored purple. And now we go to the Build Box games, which is 3D. And this is Running Ball, where we made in Build Box our first game, where it's a 3D ball game that jumps over obstacles. So we can control the ball that's moving forward and we have to jump over obstacles and collect points. Second game is Crossing Road, where it's like Crossing Road in the actual game, but the difference is this Crossing Road is a cube. So it's Crossing Cube. And now we go to the website. And first is my school web. So for the school web, I make a website for my elementary school, Al-Alaq Elementary School. And this is one of the first project in 7th grade. Second, my personal website, where it talks about me and my projects and others. Third is a Kinara website, which is not a project from IDN boarding school, but it is a project from a client that, alhamdulillah, I was able to get the job from my mother's friend, which is the owner of Kinara Pilates, which is a gym. So with the help of my friend, we were able to make this website. And now we go to IoT, Internet of Things or robotic. So first is robot remote. It's a robot program for controlling a robot with a remote control. So we can control the robot to make it move forward, backward, turn left and right, and make a sound. Second is flood detection, where this program helps us detect if there's a flood. So if the water rises, it will set off an alarm and it will alert us so we can get to safety immediately. Third is line follower, which is basically a robot program to make the robot follow a specific program to make it follow a line, a straight black line. So if the line curves, it will follow the line. Next is greenhouse, which is making our house more efficient and more natural. So example, using more solar panels and others to make it more efficient. So a smart house. And last is disaster alarm, where in this disaster alarm, it talks about an earthquake. So it will help us alert an earthquake and it will help us run away from an earthquake. This quotes. And now it's multimedia. So first is UI design, where in this UI design, I make it about a shop called Monoshop where you can buy items, and it's similar to Shopee, Tokopedia, and other shopping applications. Second is 3D landing page, where I design a 3D landing page about a website called Stacy Designs, where you can instantly search an image and it will give you the 3D image and you can download it for free. Next is 3D donut using Blender. So if this is actually not part of the curriculum of Idea Boarding School, but when I'm 7th grade, I was just learning how to use Blender, so I was able to make this donut. And then it's Boba Instagram, which is our examination for Idea Boarding School, where we have to make an Instagram post about a company named Guest Boba, which is we have to make like a grand opening for the boba shop. And finally is illustration, where we have to make a Muslimic illustration about a picture, and in here I make the illustration simple about a Muslim man. And now we go to Android project. First is name card. Name card application is an app that is kind of like our ID card, but it's just digital. Second, Find My Age application is an application where we input our date of birth, our year of birth, and it will find our age. Next is calculator. If calculator, it's like a calculator in your phones or your laptop, but this calculator is much more specific. So you can select in the application, there's square, so you can do like geometry objects. Next is Zakat Muslim. So the Zakat Muslim is a menu from the Bitakwa app that allows us to be able to calculate our zakat more easier and faster. Next is Kajian Video. Kajian Video is also a menu from the Bitakwa app that helps us able to find a video kajian for free from any ustad. And now for the English projects. First is interview, which is an English project where I'm face to face with my homeroom teacher, Mr. Rizky Kurniawan Saputra, and Mr. Rizky will ask me questions and I will answer it. Next is informative video about a Muslim inventor or a Muslim hero that was able to change our life. And in my video, I talk about a certain Muslim invention, which is the Muslim who invented coffee. Next is podcast. This podcast is where we all make groups of two and talk about going abroad. And in here, I talk about going abroad with my friend Azam. Next is speech. Speech is like the name suggests, is a video where we all have to speech about a specific topic. And here, I speech about an innovating idea. Next is startup podcast. Start. Okay, now I will talk about my Dinia project in IDM boarding school. And first, I made an Akida poster. Akida poster is a Dinia subject project where we are asked to make a poster about Akida. And in this poster, I made about the goodness of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Second is a hadith poster. Well, in this hadith poster, I made about the hadith. If we're going to go on a long journey, then we shouldn't forget to pray. Next is Fiqh mind mapping, where in this Fiqh mind mapping, I talk about the attitude or the etiquette of us, or what should we do when it's Friday. Next is Arabic conversation. And in Arabic conversation is where we make a video about us speaking Arabic. And in here, I talk with my friend Asan. Next is Sirah video, where Sirah video is where we talk about a story of specific something. And here I talk about the story of Prophet Muhammad in Madinah. Yeah. This is the quote. Okay, this is the quote page. And now I will talk about my achievement in IDM boarding school. So first, this is ISC, or Indonesia Speech Contest, where this in Speech Contest 2023, from Indonesian Science Center, I only got the certificate of participation. Second is EFAS 2023. EFAS 2023 is a competition hosted by Al Ihsan Boarding School, and alhamdulillah in this competition I got third place in speech. Now then it's Aspecto 9. In Aspecto 9, Aspecto 9 is a competition which is hosted by Pondok Pesantren Modern Al Hasan, and alhamdulillah in this competition I got first place in storytelling. Next is Al-Kazam, and in Al-Kazam is a competition hosted by SMA Putri Al-Bayan Sukabumi, and alhamdulillah in this competition I got second place in storytelling. Next is I Confess. I Confess is a competition hosted by IDN Boarding School Akhwat Islamic Development Network, and alhamdulillah in this competition I got second place in speech. Next is Shikpo 2025. Shikpo is Shitkia Islamic School hosted a competition called Shikpo, and alhamdulillah I got second place in speech. Next, Enhas Spark, or Nurul Hikmah Spark, hosted by SMP SMA IT Nur Hikmah Bekasi, and alhamdulillah I got first place in storytelling in this competition. This intermission. And now we go to the final theme, the final before closing, experience. So my first experience is I was able to become the linguistic and language division leader in OSIS, Intra-School Student Organization, 2024 to 2025. Second is EduRace, where in EduRace we have to have a journey from IDN boarding school to multiple locations, including Monas and Kota Tua. Kota Tua as the final destination, where we have to survive with only 100,000 and divide it into groups. Next is Mission Impossible, where we sell very overpriced products. Example, if you buy in Indomaret, maybe you can buy Aqua or other water brands for 6,000. We sell maybe 10,000, 16,000, very overpriced. But alhamdulillah, people still want to buy it, even though it's very overpriced. And next is character building, where in character building, we pretend to be disability people. It's same thing like IDN gratefulness, where we pretend to be blind or pretend to not have a leg or not have an arm, so we can truly feel what other people feel. This quote again. And now we go to the final, which is closing. Thank you, everyone. Shukran. This is the closing about me giving my praise and gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala who has created us in this universe. Already. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. I'm sorry if I have any mistake. Shukran. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.